Morning, everybody. For Thursday, the 4th of September, another day in my daily diaries of I look after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. I've dropped Angie off at the day centre this morning. I've not gone to the gym. I'm coming home. I've got to get some paperwork done. I've got some stuff at solicitor for the house move, and also some. I'm not looking forward to paperwork for the banks. Get this lasting power of attorney registered with them. It should make things easier in the long run, but I tried going on. I went online late tea time yesterday. I thought I'll go get it done, but it's a minefield. It's a minefield, so I've come home. I'm going to get that done. I'll do this my diary first, and then I'll get stuck into that. Make myself a strong coffee before I get started on it. Nothing's here. They don't make anything easy at all. Angie didn't get it. She got up this morning. She weren't too bad. Bit tired, but she sort of come round. She had half a banana, but didn't want a brew. But yesterday she where are we now? Cara come early on, about 9:45. Got her up. Well, I woke her up and got her in her edge of bed, and then she got her washed and dressed. It was just things like, I'm swapping and changing here, but later on in the afternoon I noticed the blouse that I'd got out for Angie, all the buttons were done wrong. Like the top one was missing, but the top hole was in the next button, and so I didn't notice till later on in the afternoon. And I actually had a discussion with Angie. Say a discussion, a chat as best she can, but she gave me the thumbs up because I said, do you mind the carers coming, getting you and washing you? So she shook her head, she didn't give me a bit of a thumbs up. I said, or would you prefer me to do it? And she said, you to do it. So it sort of made my mind up, really. That was while I'd noticed the blouse all buttoned up wrong. So like I said to Angie, well, Heidi, the social worker who got all this stuff sorted out for me, she rang me yesterday, wants to come out and go over stuff and see how things are going. She's coming over, 2 weeks tomorrow, on the 19th of Friday, whatever it is, Friday 19th, 2 weeks tomorrow. She's coming over, go over a few things with me. So I said to Angie, so what I'll do is I'll leave it till then, and I'll tell I'll tell Heidi to knock the carers on the head, for what it is. Because I don't know, it's not a big issue, like I've said before, and it's, once she got up yesterday, and she had, what did she have? I'll give her another soft-boiled egg with butter, so she had that again, nice and soft and runny. So, that seems to be a good idea, but I don't want to give her an egg every day because it'll start bunging her up. I'm going from one thing to another here. So yeah, she had that in the morning, but then I said, do you want me to get in your dining chair table, or do you want to go in the front room? Or wheelchair? So she just said wheelchair. So I did the usual and put a high back thing behind her, so she's got nice and comfortable, and she stayed in the chair all day and slept all day. She just woke up a couple of times, even when the cleaner come. And I said, do you want me to? I said, no, it doesn't matter if you wake her up. So she's hoovering around her, never bat an eyelid, and she just looked very, very frail. I took a couple of photos, to show family. And she lay, sat there in a wheelchair, and I don't know, she just looked very frail and old, and I don't know. It was, and then she's, and even she was asleep when the outreach worker come. I sort of give her a nudge. Come on, Angie, Debbie's here. Say hi to Debbie, and she opened her eyes a little bit. Then I went shopping. I just went in Morrison's Cafe and had an hour in there instead of going into Cleveland's itself. And then when I come back, Debbie said, no, she's been asleep all the time. No, not opened her eyes whatsoever. She said, I give her, when the 4 o'clock alarm went off, I give her the tablets. She said, but I've only managed to be able to give her one. Well, I said that to Debbie. I said, if you're struggling, make sure you give her the Parkinson's one first. The other one with the, to curb the excessive weeing. I said, that's not that important, you know, so I can do that later. Which I did. So she struggled getting that, just that 4 o'clock Parkinson's tablet. So she won't drink it, will she? So Debbie said, I'll just put some water in a cup and just tip the cup to her lips. You know, and so she drunk it that way, but, well, say drunk it, she actually got some in, enough to take the tablet with. So what I did do for a tea, I got on a tin of soup, a tin of cream of chicken soup. Because even though we're vegetarians, Angie does, well, she's not, she's a pescatarian, she does eat fish, and occasionally she'll have chicken. And I thought, well, you know, right now it's you know, it's a lesser of two evils anyway. So a cream of chicken soup, nice and just like runny, just, you know, dead thick to stir, but you can put it on a spoon. And what I did do is I crushed 3 of her tablets into it, crushed them at the back of a spoon and put them in and mixed it all in. And fed her the soup, and she actually ate it all. She ate it all, and half a slice of bread, and I just mopped the bowl up with it. And I thought, I'll make sure I get all there's all of the bits of tablets in the bottom of this bowl. So I mopped that up, took the crust off the bread, and just like little balls and rolled them, just mopped the bit of soup out of the bowl. And she ate them, so it's half a slice of bread. So it was a good idea. And I thought, I'm not just a pretty face. So I managed to get that done, so that might be a solution. But while I was out, I was in cafe at Morrison's, done the shopping. Jackie, the Parkinson's nurse, rang me. Went through it all. And she said, right, she'll get onto the doctors and she said they won't go straight from capsules to liquid. They won't do it just for the costs. Because they'll say you haven't tried the soluble ones, is it? The way you put them in water or something. So she's getting that organised from her. She was going to do that yesterday afternoon. So I'll get a new prescription for soluble. She only authorise the Parkinson's medication. She said, but what I will do, because I said, well, what about all the other medications she's on? It sort of defeats the object, really, if one's liquid or soluble and the others are still. And what she said, well, I'll ask them for a list, ask them to go to the list and see what other tablets that she's on that are soluble or even liquid. I'll tell them why. So, yeah, so that was a good conversation. Pretty pleasing. So I don't know how long that'll take. Yeah, so she's asked, keep her informed. And stuff. Oh, and that was what she said. And give it some thought, have a chat with her family. And Angie, she said, if she's able to sort of conversate with you, but about it's called peg feeding, and it has a tube. She got a tube inserted into like a chest, I think she said, here somewhere, and then all the food just like liquefied and poured in. She said, but it is a bit intrusive. Depends whether she'll accept it or not. Some people don't like it, said, and one fella that's not long since had it done, that's under Jackie, and he's in a home and he just keeps pulling it out. So they've had to sort of patch that up and go back to liquefied. Said, so, make sure she's not, but they said they go through a load of tests first. Make sure, one, she's suitable for it, and whether she'll be able to have it done. With it being a bit intrusive, and it's like, under the knife on an operation. So I said, well, when we seen the specialist the other week, Steph White, and we were talking about, Angie's weight loss, sort of rapidly. And Steph White said, well, you know, it's pointless sending her for tests, really, because with her being so frail, they won't do anything intrusive. You know, they won't start freaking cameras down and up and, you know, and da-da-da. They won't do it because she's so frail. So this peg feeding thing, this tube, probably, you know, wouldn't happen. For the same reason, if Jackie said they won't do it if people are too frail, then... But that's where the discussion went. You know, so I'll bring it up at weekend, you know, a couple of member family. Bring it up, you know, in front of Angie, and we'll try and have a discussion, but we'll see. But we'll see what these soluble capsules, tablets, what are first. I can always mix them up, like put them in a bit of yogurt or something, or like I did with the soup. You know, just camouflage them. Even any other tablets that can't be liquefied or soluble. I might have to start doing that. She had her 8 o'clock tablets this morning, but what I did do is she got 3. So instead of putting one at a time in her mouth, I put all 3 in at once, and then did the same. I didn't put it through a straw, I just put the cup to her mouth and tilted it back sort of her mouth. So then she fills her mouth and then starts swallowing the water instead of drinking it, you know, bit by bit. So that was my way of thinking, and it worked. So the mouthful of water, then and the 3 tablet capsules went down. You know, so we'll see how she get out, what they say at the day centre when they try to give her 12 o'clock ones. Yeah. But yeah, she was asleep all day, and even when evening time after tea, I said, right, Angie, come on, do you want to get up now and get you washed and pyjamas and go in front room, or stay in the wheelchair? And she just said wheelchair. So I just put a throw over her. Sat at the dining table, watching the TV on the wall here. Well, I'm saying watching. The TV was on, but her eyes were shut. Her eyes were shut. She wasn't watching it. It was on. I think it's sort of like background noise. So I was probably comforting for her. And then I did what I got to do, and I'd finished. I got my shower and getting on for 9:30, 20 to 10. I said, right, do you want to? No. So, do you want to get you washed and changed yet? No. So I give it about 10 o'clock, and then I didn't give an option. So, right, come on, let's get you washed, dressed, washed and changed, and into bed. And she didn't object. So I'd done all that and washed her, but I just put a nightie straight on and got straight in bed. Pulled the rails up. Put the duvet over the side, pillows down one side, and put a big thick duvet on the other side, and tucked it all in and turned the light off about, I don't know, 10:15ish, something like that. And within no time she'd stopped fidgeting and rolling. So only about 25 minutes, maybe half an hour at the most, and that's it. She went to sleep, and not a peep all night. Not a peep. I got in bed, whatever time it was. Again, it was a bit late because I'd just a couple of me Jack Daniels, and then I nodded off on the couch properly. And, my head was, when he woke up, my neck was killing. So again, it must have gone 1 when I got in bed, but I'd had an hour's, sleep by then. So yeah, and then, like I said, not a peep out of her all night. And then when I got up this morning, she was still laying in the same position as I'd put her in on her back, and still her head was still in the same position. So she hadn't even been mooching and rolling. So for some reason, she'd had a right sleepy day. I mean, sometimes when I say she's asleep, she'll nod off and then she'll wake up, her head will go, and but not like that. Not like that yesterday. And even when she sleeps in, sometimes at weekend she goes to bed like Friday night and gets up Sunday morning. Even like during the day, Saturday, she'll be rolling and she'll be awake, but just not want to get up. Whereas yesterday, it was, asleep, really. So, yeah, so we'll see. And maybe she's needed it. Maybe that's why a couple of days prior to that, she was a bit off. So we'll see. We'll see what tonight brings. I'll pick her up later, but I want to get all this paperwork done. It's just doing me head in, but as soon as I can get it done and get it out of the way, the better. And then I think I'll go in the loft and try and get finished off in the loft. get that packed, you know, sorted out, and I've got half a car full of stuff at charity shop now. So, right, I've had a right ramble there. So yeah, I'll do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, please press your like buttons, follow me, forward these videos on, and send me your comments. And so yeah, have a good day, and you take care now. Bye.